Remember all the fun and joy of your favorite game or childhood toy. If only you could feel that way again. Well, you don't have to go back in time, 'cause Nick and friends can help you find long lost treasures you once loved. Let's go hunting nostalgia.
Show me that smile again, show me that smile. Don't waste another minute on you crying. We're nowhere near the end. The best is ready to begin. Welcome to the Super Toy Events Toy Show episode of Hunting Nostalgia. Oh, this is going to be fun. I am telling you right now, this is an absolutely massive toy show. We're heading about an hour west to the Canfield Fairgrounds in Ohio. And we find a lot of awesome things and we meet a lot of amazing people. There are some encounters that I had on this trip that I'll never forget as long as I live. One very, very special one. With a young lady wearing a Darkwing Duck t-shirt, which you'll get to see. This episode is huge. There is just so much to cover. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm going to hook up a buggy cam to my Hills buggy that I keep in the Hunting Nostalgia studio, so you can see the entire event, this massive event, which there'll be another one coming up in the fall. And you really got to get out there. I will be there at the next event. I can't miss it. The prices are fantastic. That's one of the things I love so much about this particular toy show. Everything has a price tag. Everything. It's so great. You walk up and you know precisely what that vendor wants for that item. And that speaks volumes to me. Very important. Anyways, I've already talked way too much. Let's get to the Canfield Fairgrounds. What do you say? All right, so I made it here to Canfield, Ohio, to the Super Toy Events Toy Show, and I have a treat for you. Today, we are going to have the Hills Buggy Cam. The Buggy Cam. I want you to be able to see as much of this gigantic, massive event as humanly possible, and this is the best way. Now, I know now if you're watching this, you've missed this event, which is a shame. Thankfully, in November, they are going to be hosting another Super Toy Event Toy Show. Let's get on the way. What do you say? Wow, this place is really awesome. There's Kevin. What's up, my man? How's it going? That's the cool thing. I mean, before I could even get in here, before I could even walk in, I was stopped 3 times in a parking lot. By my buddy Mark. I was given the angry cameraman, who's not here today, so I can say whatever I want about him. He loves talking about how I live on pixie sticks and Fun Dip. So Mark arrived, my buddy Mark, with a box of Fun Dip. Let me tell you, this will keep me going all day long. And then my buddy Chevy, who is here wandering around somewhere. He actually had a really cool Dino from the Flintstones that he was selling, an old Mark's toy. I've never seen anything like it. It was really neat. But Mark met me out front there with this Robin Hood, Kenner, Prince of Thieves. This is what the Return of the Jedi figures ended up being. But look, I love the angry cameraman. Ha! Can you believe that? And then Chevy met me out front with this beautiful Sable with Hills tag. I mean, that's the world of collecting. That is the world of hunting nostalgia, you know? And this place in Canton, Ohio, this is the first time I've ever been here. This is the first time I've ever seen this. And just being here a few minutes, it's It's a really nice show, really nice show. The thing I love about this show is every table that I go by, and you can see they have price tags. Like here, this is my stuff right here, these Wrestlers. Oh, $5 bin. Oh man, already. That's what toy collecting is. You know, to me, that's what it is. I don't like, and truthfully, some of the items are higher end items, like this Jake the Snake. This is one of my favorite Hasbros of all time. Jake the Snake is one of the best looking Hasbros ever made. With Damie in there, 50 bucks. Now, that is a higher price than I was buying them for whenever I was finding them in attics and basements. But right now, that truly is, for this figure, a very, very fair price. And you know what I like about it? The fact that this seller here already has the prices on it. You know what I mean? So you don't come up and say, oh, look, here's an unpriced figure. What's that worth? And then the person selling it says, hold on, let me grab my phone and I'm going to tell you in about 30 seconds what that figure's worth. Nope. That's an immediate about face for me and I'm gone. This is what selling should be. You know what I mean? Because now you know Jim the Anvil Neidhart here for 25 bucks. You know that that's the price it's going to be. You know, and that's what I like. Oh man, I'm going to get down and dirty at this table here. All right, so I purchased something that was very, you know, odd, like I like to do. It's the most stylish man in the galaxy. Lando Calrissian. This used to hold mints. So now the original 12 back, which is what the original set of Star Wars figures were called. There was the 12 back because there was only 12 of them available. And there was a display that you could buy. And this is it right here. This is the display. And it is absolutely gorgeous, but there's a problem. With the display, it had this cardboard back, and this was the piece that was either absolutely destroyed or it was lost or whatever happened to this. This is super hard to find. Really, really good price for this item here. So, as you've seen in the Hunting Nostalgia Studio, I have this, but it's not full. You know, I have a Stormtrooper, I have the Death Squad Commando. You know, I have C-3PO, I have him, I have R2-D2, but the rest I don't have. So maybe here at the Super Toy events in Canfield, Ohio, I could find some, you know, figures to complete my original 12-back set. Let's get on the hunt. What do you say? All right, so one of the things, like I mentioned before, that I'm looking for here today are card backs for the Hunting Nostalgia card back closet. And I haven't had any luck finding just actual individual card backs, but what I have found here today is an absolute ton of really affordable carded figures that I have absolutely no problem opening and then displaying in the Hunting Nostalgia Card Back Cavern.
X marks the spot. X-Men. Extraordinary, exceptional X-Men. Wolverine's got a tiger twist, stripes, and spring-out claws. The Iceman comes on his ice board with color change icicles. Sabretooth's equipped with wounds that heal easily, an extra slashing claw, and glow-in-the-dark eyes and mouth. Here's Forge with his quick-draw gun action. Look out. And Mr. Sinister with his light-up chest. These aren't ordinary men. They're X-Men. X-Men figures, each sold separately from Toy Biz.
All right, so as I was telling you before, I'm looking for card backs to complete the card back cavern in this Hunting Nostalgia Studio. And right here at Adam's Action Figures and Comics booth, he actually has 2 different stores, which you can find on the Toy Store Guide. You're welcome, guys. But anyway, so I want to show you, I want to buy these card backs. And I like getting card backs that I don't really feel too bad about opening, you know? I don't care. I don't care if things are in the box. It doesn't matter to me one bit. But look, okay, you have a $20 collectible action figure carded. You know what I mean? That is awesome. Now, I already have Cyclops here, but I just want to show you how cool that is, that you're able to find these toys for affordable prices at toy shows. It still can be done. So that's what I wanted to show you. But before we continue here, I want you to take a moment of nostalgia with the incredible Elvira Taylor. Take it away.
Hello everybody, this is Elvira from the Doll Circle. This is my moment of nostalgia. So I'm really sick, but I wanted to still show you something from my collection of my room. So I have a lot of dolls, as we know, and as we've seen off of a lot of my videos. But today I wanted to show you my LL Surprise collection. And this collection to me, even though it is a modern toy, it still gives me a lot of nostalgic vibes from like the fashions that they incorporate, whether it's 80s or 90s throwback fashions, and mixing it with modern day elements. To me, when I look at these dolls, I really feel that nostalgic moment because because they do add a lot of pop culture elements. I mean, there's some of these little LOL tots that remind me of Vanilla Ice or even Steve Urkel from Family Matters. And it's just like one of those things where I can really tell when they design these products that they're from an era of 80s and 90s nostalgia, because you can definitely see a lot of the references that play into creating this doll line. Now, LOL Surprise has been around for about 6 years. It's actually one of the top selling toy lines for MGA. And like I said, they really stand out because they can mix a little bit of everything from little spooky goth dolls to modern day fashions. And yes, again, this is not a old toy, because like I said, it's only been around for 6 years or so, but it's one of those things where I can definitely see, 10 years from now or 20 years from now, kids looking back and going, I had these LOL Surprise dolls. I had these little tots, and they really make me feel what I feel today with like my Barbie and, everything from like My Little Pony to Gem from when I was growing up, even through into today. So it's kind of like one of those things where I love collecting not just nostalgic or vintage toys, but a lot of these modern toys, because they still will give me that same nostalgic fun feeling looking at them. I mean, look at what they have. They even have some rock band dolls and like musicians that really give me a lot of 80s flavor. I mean, this one with the longer hair here totally gives me Motley Crue vibes. And the one to the right, so is Madonna from the 80s. I mean, who doesn't love Madonna from the 80s? I mean, that was like her best era. Like, come on. And it's just like, I really think that whoever designed this must have loved Madonna too. And I want to know. So hit me up on social media. Let me know what dolls, toys, and other figures from this modern day time gives you nostalgic feels and that you think will give the kids of the future nostalgic feels. Like, I definitely think LOL Surprise will definitely in 20 years give kids the feeling of what I have when I look at my Barbies. And again, sorry for my sick voice. And I want to show you more of my collection. I just would, of course, need more than just a moment because I have so many dolls, toys, different collections, different eras. It's a little overwhelming sometimes, but I live for it because I just absolutely love collecting. And like I said, here's an overview of the one shelf of just LOL Surprise product that I own. I don't see myself stop collecting these. Like, I really think they're just so much fun, so different, so unique, but again, still giving me that little bit of nostalgic flair. Until next time, this is my moment of nostalgia, and hopefully I will be in front of the camera and feeling better for all of you. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my LOL Surprise modern collection for now. Until next time, back to you, Nick. Bye.
This has been a moment of nostalgia from Elvira Taylor.
All right, so just a few steps over here at Adam's awesome booth, I found something that's going in the Hills buggy. What do you say, bats? Oh, cool. I know, trust me, I know. Don't write in the comments, that's not the voice. This isn't Mark Hamill's Joker, I'm aware. But it is from Department 58 in the Hills, the greatest department store of all time, Hills Department Store. Hills is where the toys are. I gotta buy this. Okay, so as a child, I grew up playing with the vintage Star Wars set. While I wasn't alive during the first Star Wars New Hope movie, my Uncle Joe collected these, and he had every single one. But his were different. Like, you see this $15 shell of the Millennium Falcon, okay? Now, everyone else's Falcon looked just like this. Mine looked like this. And that was because my Uncle Joe actually took the time with a Sharpie marker and made all of those little, and that's what the Falcon looked like. In the movie, when you watch it, my Falcon, my Uncle Joe's Falcon, which I'm preserving for him, now, that is what the Falcon looked like, you know? He didn't just do it with the Falcon. And some Star Wars jocks don't love the idea of the fact that someone altered vintage Star Wars toys, but for me, it makes them that much more special and that much more nostalgic.
Kenner's Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back collection, it's Millennium Falcon that you've put together. Batteries not included.
Nice landing, Han Solo. Uh-oh, come on, Chewbacca. Stormtroopers are coming.
Action figures each sold separately.
Got him on radar. I'll fire the laser cannon.
There's even a hidden storage hatch.
Ready for takeoff. Jump to light speed. We're gone. On to the Death Star.
Millennium Falcon from Kenner's Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back collection. Action figures each sold separately.
So the original run of the Star Wars figures, they didn't want it to specifically look like the actors and actresses. It's the worst Han Solo figure ever made. It looks like Screech or something. I don't know what it looks like. Okay, you look at that man. Oh, look at that man. He is, I mean, one of the best. That was my grandmother-in-law's biggest crush, Harrison Ford. That right there, that's not Harrison Ford. It's ridiculous.
Let's go hunting nostalgia.
I don't even know what to say. I don't. I can't even look at him. I know you see him. I can't even look at him. Oh my gosh, I've never seen one in the box. Just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions. Oh, Hot Rod, Roddy Piper, the Hot Scott. Oh my gosh. Now I have this. I have him. He doesn't have the shirt. He doesn't have the buckle. He doesn't have the kilt. But this face and that face, they stare at me 24 hours a day in the Hunting Nostalgia studio. But I have never ever seen him in the box. This is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, I don't even want to, it's weird. Like, if there's a figure, an action figure, a dolly wally, as my kids call them, that I'm looking for and I finally find, and for the first time ever, this is the first time I've ever seen it, unless it's coming home with me, unless it's going into my display, I really don't even like touching it. You know what I mean? Because that's just like teasing me. But I can't control myself. I have to look at this. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, look at that face. Oh my goodness. 16-inch giant body with movable arms, legs, and head, complete with belt and bag. And they forgot, oh, there it is, removable kilt and t-shirt. Wow, this is one of the most incredible things I've ever seen at a toy show. And Hogan's right back there, but wow. This is Hunting Nostalgia, but this is the rowdy one, the Hot Scott, Roddy Piper. All right, so as I was walking past this die-cast racing table, I saw this big Johnny Lightning box, and I thought of a very, very funny little story. I didn't think of it. My uncle told me. So, Frank, you own this booth.
Right, I own this
and
booth.
You love cars.
I like toys.
You like
didn't have
toys?
a lot of toys when I was growing up, but I got them now.
That's awesome. That's what I like to hear. Now, whenever I was a kid, my grandfather had these two cases, and they were all Matchbox cars, okay? They were all the boxes, the old Matchbox cars. He used to buy them at Trader Horn, Montgomery Ward, because they were a little bit cheaper than Hot Wheels.
Right.
And now
they're worth a lot of money. They were made in England called Lesney.
Oh, okay.
So they're a little bit pricey now if you have those.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah, I do, but I don't sell anything. But what I wanted to say about this, which was really funny that my uncle mentioned to me, my grandfather's name was John, and he loved Johnny Lightning because of the name. So he was fond of that toy just specifically because of the name. And I'll bet you also they were often for sale where he would go because he was a bargain hunter. That's where I learned my trade. But so
you know how to bargain it,
Yeah,
huh?
no.
You're one of them guys that beat us up on price.
No, see, I walk up and I go, oh, I can't haggle after that. After I pick something up and I go, oh my gosh, I have to leave with this. I can't bump $3 off, you know what I mean? So, but you do this and it's a passion. Right. But where can people come and find this in Ohio? Like, where do you sell?
I set up in Rogers Flea Market down in Rogers, Ohio. I'm inside of a building.
Okay.
And actually my 4 spots look like a regular storefront.
Oh, that's neat.
I mean, there's anything from Hot Wheels to big muscle cars.
That's cool.
Drag racing, NASCAR, toys.
You know, now cars, it's not my thing. I wasn't a toy car collector, but I know that tons of you are. I know that there are tons of people out there who love this stuff. Go to Rogers Flea Market. I go there every year on my birthday, every single year. This is where you can buy from the die-cast racing store. It's an awesome, awesome thing. I mean,
and there's a lot of other vendors out there too.
Oh yeah, stuff that I like, the toys. There's really everything at Rogers, truly, and it'll have Johnny Lightning.
Right.
Thanks a lot, Frank. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
All right, so one of the really cool tables that I stopped at here is Bob, and Bob is Mr. Pez. So you love Pez, you love it.
I do love Pez.
Why
yes.
do you love Pez?
I have collected Pez since I was little.
Yeah?
And the great thing with Pez is that they come out with new ones that you can get for a couple bucks, or
Yeah.
there's ones that are worth hundreds of dollars. So
That's
you
true.
can do whatever you want. You can start wherever you want with your collection.
That's true, and you know what? That's a way for collectors, new collectors, to start collecting.
Exactly.
Pez is a perfect thing. I mean, hey, there are some high-end Pez. I mean, what's the most expensive Pez in the world?
Well, there are, well, for instance, there's a thing called Make-A-Face.
Yeah?
It was like a Mr. Potato Head, basically.
No way.
Came out early 80s. They recalled it because of the little parts.
Oh.
A Mr. Pez, or a Make-A-Face Pez runs about $5,000-$6,000 in the package. So.
Wow. See,
Yeah.
I'm a wrestling collector.
Well.
There's no wrestlers that are worth that much.
No. There are wrestling figures, though, or Pez figures.
Oh, yeah. Oh, of
Yes,
course there are.
yes, there are.
Absolutely. I remember specifically, I had a Hulk Hogan Pez. I had a Ewok Pez.
Yep.
But I'm not a Pez collector, but I love the candy.
Yes.
I'm a big candy fan.
Well, there you go.
Well, thank you very much. So where can
welcome.
you have an online store as well? Or,
Yep.
and is this it?
MrPez.com.
MrPez.com. I always get this wrong. It always has a glare. Does that look good?
All right.
Well, thanks a lot, Bob.
I appreciate
hey, I
you
hope you
stopping.
sell $1 million worth of stuff.
Thanks so much.
Have a good one.
Yep, thanks.
Look, he's on the moon. He's on Mars. And it's always handy when it's time for Pez candy. Just fill him with the Pez candy refill. Gee, he's fun. Have one.
And now the greatest free offer ever. 2 free gifts. The Coco Martian Pez Space Trooper and the Pez Candy Refill. Yours absolutely free when you buy Coco Marsh. They're attached only on Coco Marsh.
All right. Now, I don't buy new things. I very, very rarely buy new things. But every once in a while, I stumble across something that I can't pass up. And I see it and it's like, holy moly, that is super nostalgia. And it's brand new. Luke Skywalker's Green Guardian lightsaber in Return of the Jedi. When Luke does his flip. Now, when I close my eyes and I think of why I'm a Star Wars jock, when I think of it, when I think of the reasoning, it is that moment. It's the moment where Luke jumps and does the back twist and he bounces off of the, spoiler alert, he bounces off of the diving board on the skiff barge and then he destroys everybody. That green lightsaber being ignited in that scene is the #1 moment whenever I think of why I love Star Wars. It's that moment. Luke had just, there it is, that's the picture right there. Luke had just constructed this lightsaber, which I wish they would have kept. It was actually a deleted scene. I wish they would have kept that. He just finished completing this lightsaber before he went in and saved Han and Chewie and Lando and Leia. That is hunting nostalgia. I think I gotta buy this. All right, so everybody knows one of my absolute favorite things in the world are bins filled with old smelly toys. These ones don't smell, I sniffed them, but how cool is it to be able to find vintage Star Wars figures for $5? And I mean, some of them in here, like this skiff guard, they're like pristine. They're absolutely pristine figures. You know, these are almost 40 years old and you can buy them in a bin. Still, at places like this, you know, this is why I do this. This is why I come here, to find ridiculous items for ridiculously good prices, you know, because these items aren't just out in the wild hanging out anymore. They're not. They're gone. And if they're not gone, they are extremely, extremely expensive. You know, it's nice that there are places like this to go and find items that are reasonably priced, which I love. And they actually have price tags on them. You have no idea how actually important that is to me. Now, in 1980, whenever The Empire Strikes Back came out, everyone was super excited because the first Star Wars movie was a big surprise. It was a big surprise also to the cast of how successful the movie was. But then, when Empire Strikes Back was ready to be released, the world was ready to live in a galaxy far, far away. And then look at this. Okay, so the MLC-3. Now, I don't remember seeing this in the movie Star Wars, but look at the care that Kenner had with their design of their packaging. You know, this is how it sat on the shelf. So when you saw it, you're like, wow, look at that. The care and the quality of toys has drastically changed. But This is so exciting. This is so crazy. Now, Jabba's throne room, a lot of items that they had back then were made out of cardboard. You know, the whole thing was a cardboard set. But this one is a little bit different. I can smell. Oh my gosh. So it does actually have a surrounding area of Jabba's throne room. Look at that. It's amazing. That is so neat. Those little tiny figures. Like, to me, like, I know that this is meant to be more so of a model looking thing, but man, would that be fun to play with. You know, they made a Return of the Jedi Sarlacc Pit board game. I never played it. I still to this day have absolutely no idea how the actual game is played, but as a kid I would set up that cardboard Sarlacc Pit and play with it all the time. This is an awesome show, and this is Hunting Nostalgia. All right, so I ran into one of my other buddies here at an awesome, and imagine that he sells Rasslers. Can you believe that? So tell us what you got going on here, man.
My name's Michael Rickard. I own Wildcard Video Games, Niles, Ohio. Show you guys my card right there.
I'll hold it up for you. I do a horrible job at holding things up.
I sell wrestling figures, as you can see. I sell video game stuff. I have autographs of wrestlers too.
Oh, really?
And speaking of that, I do have an event coming up too.
Oh, look at that.
May 21st, you can come meet Virgil, Typhoon Tugboat, and Jimmy Hart.
Wow,
May 21st.
That's really neat. I'll tell you one.
It's actually outside event, so it's actually free admission, but you have to pay, of course, to get autographs and meet them.
Oh, that's so cool. I'll tell you what, a real quick little story. I've never met these two fellas here, but the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. I was at Hogan's Beach Shop in Orlando, Florida. Have you been there?
No, I have not.
Oh my, dude. The Hogan's Beach Shop is literally items from Hulk Hogan's personal collection that he sells to the public. It is crazy. And I walked in one morning and there was Jimmy Hart. He was just sitting there hanging out. And he goes, "Hey, baby, hey." I'm like, oh my gosh. I shook his hand. He goes, "I love you, baby." He was the nicest, coolest guy. There he is. There he is. The mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. And I will tell you what, Mike has some amazing prices here, man. I love that. I love that. Keeping collecting available for people who even just want to start out collecting, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Could you imagine if you just started collecting now, how difficult it would be?
It is difficult.
But you can come to events like this and you can find the short-haired Andre. Yes, the short-haired Andre, not the big 70s Afro Andre. This is the short-haired Andre. And I mean, 30, 35 bucks, that is an 30 bucks, dude, that's a steal. That's a steal. This is why I come to places like this, and this is why I know guys like Mike here. Thank you so much. One more time, tell them about it.
Retro Toy Market, Niles, Ohio, 434 Robbins Avenue, May 21st.
Be there.
11 to 3, they'll be signing autographs.
Be there. Yeah. Be there. Thanks, buddy.
All right.
Oh, this toy show is absolutely humongous. I really just can't even believe how big it is. This is, oh my gosh, this is crazy. We haven't even made it to the Nintendo area yet. Oh my gosh, you know what? This is gonna have to be 2 parts. Thank you for watching part 1 of the Super Toy Events Toy Show in Canfield, Ohio. I will see you for part 2 on Hunting Nostalgia. Thanks for watching.
On the next Hunting Nostalgia.
So where does he get all these wonderful toys? The game of Clue. The card back cavern. The real Ghostbusters, brother. Nah, I'm not touching this. But will you? Someone already opened it. I missed my Voltron. So we're here at the Super Toy Events in Canton, Ohio, at the Canfield. I don't know. Stop it. So your thing is Pez. Oh, you know what? We gotta start over. Hold on. I didn't hold the microphone up. I'm an idiot. What's it called? I pity the fool that doesn't watch this Super Toy Events of Hunting Nostalgia. Oh man. Oh man. Oh my gosh. The complete, oh man. What? Is it recording or pictures?
Both.
Muscle man. Yes.